Hey guys, welcome to Frank's Tech Help. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Serengeti Eyewear Ronan 7038 model sunglasses. I'm going to zoom in on the little tag here for you. So the Ronan 7038. And now if you've seen my previous review on the Murano 7331 model of Serengeti sunglasses, you'll have seen a quick flash of these. Quick little preview. These are more sporty kind of looking sunglasses from Serengeti. Now, as you saw in the previous video, the Muranos were more kind of a classic Wayfarer kind of design, and I talked about the sport factor and you know, as far as like Oakleys and stuff like that go. So these are the Ronan 7038, and as you can see, they're much more sporty design, curved. The base curve on this is 8. So it'll give you a nice all-around kind of look on those, and has a little more sporty kind of design for the Serengeti design on the side right there. Alright, so the same thing as the Muranos on these is that it does have kind of a silver reflective coating, but it's minimal for these, and as you can see once you're looking through the lens, you can see the actual coloration of the lens. These are Sedona lenses, which are slightly kind of a rose tint, and you know, a typical guy, you know, might think rose tint, you know, isn't that for a chick or something? Well, no, it's not. It actually looks really good. It really brings out a lot of the colors, and the typical sunglasses will have like a gray lens or a bronze brown toned lens, and those are acceptable. Those bring out the typical driving, you know, like when you're on the road and stuff, that kind of adds high definition. But these do a very good job of that as well. Very nice design on these. The reason that I ended up with another pair is because I was looking for something more sporty. When I saw the Murano that I showed you in the previous video, I really liked the classic style, kind of the Wayfarer look. But these have a much more sporty design, and they actually fit my face a lot better. I'll show you that here in just a moment. The problem with the previous model is that they were a little bit too wide. These are a lot more narrow. Now I have to say, you know, if you have a larger than average face, then these, I don't know if these are going to work for you. I have kind of a narrow face and they fit me perfectly, but what I did notice is that the pressure coming from the temples is a little tight, you know, and over time, you know, they'll kind of wear in a little bit. And another thing compared to the Murano that you'll notice, if I can get it in the right angle right here, let this focus in, is that these do not have the spring hinges. So if you kind of tug, you'll notice that there's no spring in there. And that's probably part of the reason why these are so tight fitting, you know, along the side of the face and the temple area. But they are nice because they're nice tight fits. They don't feel like they're going to fall off your face at all. Plus they're really sporty looking. These do have the photochromic lenses, which are typical in the Serengeti line, and what this means is that when you get into direct sunlight, the lenses will darken up some. I notice when I come inside, they really do get light enough for me to be able to see very clearly, and when I go out into the sun, it feels like it really is offering a great deal of protection for my eyes. They don't get as dark as I would like as far as the actual tint goes, but they do offer 100% UVA, UVB protection, so it is very healthy for your eyes. Now the lens size on this, according to the site that I purchased these from, it was actually on eBay, but the lens size is a 62 by 34 by 64, and the temple is 121 millimeters. So the Murano that I just reviewed for you guys had a 135 millimeter temple, which is a little bit longer, about, you know, let me get my finger in here, about down to there maybe. And these are a little bit shorter, but they don't, you know, I love the design of the curve like this, because regardless of where your ear line is, these are going to fit very well. So like the overall design of that. Now, one issue that I had, and as I said with the Muranos, any sunglasses that you get, you want to set them down and you want to make sure that both of these points are touching. Okay, that shows proper alignment. And if you flip it over, you want to make sure that both of these are touching equally in distance down here. When I first purchased these, it was off just a little bit, and after closer inspection on this particular model, I noticed that the lens right here was not completely seated into its space, and you can still see a little bit of a line right there where the edge of the glass is, so I need to probably seat these a little bit better. But the lens was actually not pushed in all the way from manufacturing, I suppose, and I'm trying to give you a little inside look there. So if you do have a misalignment or these are crooked on your face, look around the outer edge of the lens and make sure that they are inserted properly all the way around. And you can double check this by looking on the back side and looking around the rim of that. If you see any gaps or any large openings, then you'll clearly be able to see that the lens is not properly seated. So, okay guys, so we're back with pretty much the same setup that I did for the Murano test view of actually looking through the sunglasses. It's getting close to sunset here, so you know, we'll go ahead and give this a test shot here. Now the photochromic is pretty light right now, so you can see as I'm coming into the sunglasses here, I'm going through this side lens right here, so you can see. Now you'll notice through the bottom of these, you'll see more of the darker gradient. Through the center it gets a little bit lighter, and then through the top it gets a little bit darker in that center area. The whole lens is what actually is affected when the photochromic part kicks in, and they actually get darker, so the full lens does get darker, but the gradient actually just adds more protection and allows you to see through the center more when you're inside like I am right now. Now let's go back off without the lens for just a second. Now you see variations in the colors and stuff. Now these are Sedona lens, so it's kind of a rose tint to it, but it does really bring out a lot of the colors and stuff once you put them on, and your eyes will adjust to these. What you see through the camera in this video right now is not a great representation. It just gives you an idea of what the color of the lens looks like, but once you have these on for a couple of minutes and they, you know, adjust the transition of them and everything, you'll notice a huge improvement in your outdoor viewing pleasure. The Ronan are a much different style. I'll give you a little side-to-side view there. Like I said, they're more sporty, they're more curved, they're more rounded around the face, and it feels like I have a lot more protection. I don't notice nearly as much light transmission coming up through the top as the Muranos as I do with the Ronans. These feel like they have a lot more coverage up here. And then down below, if I can actually focus my eyes and look down out of the sunglasses onto a normal surface, which is, you know, that's nice because the sun's not typically coming up through the underneath. But as far as being indoors right now, very clear through the lenses. I can see the camera, I can see everything in the room very clearly because these are the photochromic transitions, so they're very light being in the ambient room here. Now I did test these. I actually took these out, and if you want to test photochromic lenses, the easiest way to do that is to take them outside, put your hand over half of the lens like that, and then wait about 60 seconds or so, and then you'll want to pop them up and take a look through them, and you'll see that the transition effect is actually taking effect. So that's one way to verify that the transition, you know, that you've got the real deal as far as that. Once again, just give you a last look at these and what they look like when they're on your face. Very sporty looking, very nice, classic, kind of classic sporty, I think is what this is considered. Although it does still have a very modern look, and the lens technology is very nice. These are RX-able glass lenses, and the base curve on these, I do believe it is an 8. So you can actually have these done in prescription, so that's probably what I'm going to do. This will be the model that I'm going to keep, as you saw with the Murano, a little bit more classic, Wayfarer kind of look, a little too wide for my face, so these are much more permanent kind of fixture for my face now, so I'll get them RX with my eyeglass prescription. Should be good to go. So okay, there you have it. Hope this review helped you guys out. I haven't seen many individual reviews for Serengeti sunglasses. I've been an enthusiast for a long time, love them. I also like Oakley's as well, so I'll be doing some reviews in the near future on those. So anyway, hope this video helped you out. If it did, please post a comment. If not, poke Mahone, and as usual, thanks for watching Frank's Tech Hub.